What is up, YouTube? Will here, back again with another IdleOn account review. This time for ChaoticGungnir, who's got a very cursed account, to say the least. They're looking for some general improvements, and let me tell you right now, if you could buy a fucking rename plate, I would say rename your shit. Because, my god, man. This reeks of, like, 2000s fucking username. Like, I feel like I would have seen your ass in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, screaming, while in the background your mom's trying to vacuum the living room. This is the vibe I get from your account. And I mean that with full fucking honesty. But, let's get into this. So, first and foremost, you've got guys who are not in lab and actively doing shit, but you don't have their tranquil status set. So, go fix that. So, fix your Divinity Status. Secondly on the list, you've got a guy who is doing flies right now, but has a fighting card set. Secondly, you have a dude with a passive card equipped. And thirdly, what are you doing right now? You're at Evertree? Yeah, case in fucking point. Fighting card, but you're doing skilling. So, swap those out. Currently doing Citrine Focus TD, so that's being improved. Ah, got it. Alright, let's tear into the account proper. What do we got? Oh, that's right, we didn't do this. But it's hard, Will, to remember that stuff. It's called loading dashboard. What do you mean? If you bookmark it, it's one button click and you go, oh, there it is. And then it's like, anywhere you go, a double click to World 5 Hub, and then a click to get in, and then a click to select your stance, and then another click to finalize. If you're that lazy you can't do less than 10 clicks, like, I have concerns for your well-being as a human, functionally. But okay, equipment-wise, so you're at Marble Glass, roughly. It looks like you've got some Godshard. Okay, so you're kind of like... Yeah. Alright. Splicers look fine. I would say it's probably best to start, like, really hard pushing for Godshard sets, but you're probably limited by ore, functionally. So, I will make a note, though, to start pushing towards Godshard. Start pushing towards Godshard gear, and finish pushing to Godshard tools. Definitely. Let's take a look at your ovals as well. Fucking beautiful. Oh, fucking beautiful. Yes. Thank you. Did your fucking job. P.O. Box done as well. Oh, yeah, dude. Okay. Go off to a good fucking start. What prairie you running? Do you not have it? Hold on. Do you not have it? You do. Why are you not running Zerg Rush on everything? Do you have sheep? Yeah, why are you not running fucking Zerg on everybody? I'm not going insane, right? Yeah, no. Didn't like the and care capacity. It's AFK time. It's functionally, like, with the fact that you have the ability to do store, it's irrelevant. Yeah, it adds a little bit to the effort, but you're missing out on free account-wide gains, like, pretty sizable too. 15% or 14.5 is really nothing this season. That's fairly fucking decent. Yeah, unless you're actively sitting there, like, upgrading stamps or doing bubbles, like, dude, I wouldn't fucking worry about it. And then if there's a chance where you're like, okay, I need to redo my character capacity, just unequip the thing. So, equip Zerg on everyone. Yeah, huge fucking gains being missed on that. Alright, account-wide, let's take a look. Onyxing's done. Let's take a look at your constellations. Constellations are done. Very good. Class specifics. Apocalypses. So you need to do wowing. Okay. Wow with your DB. You definitely need to wow with your DB. Because you're missing out on free golden food effect from your wows. Grimoire, where you at? Okay, you're getting close to skull of major damage. Very good, so just keep up with your Grimoire. Windwalker, where you at? Bombs. You at World 4? Okay, you just started kicking through World 4. Here's the real question. Have you done your medallions? No. Yeah, okay, so you're missing a shitload of free fucking gains here. So you need to farm your medals with Windwalker. Like, medals might seem fucking annoying, but when you've done them, like, it's a noticeable difference. Especially with the fact you're pushing into World 4, you haven't gotten World 2s or World 3s, like, that's insane. You need to go back and farm them. Anvil looks fine. Forge, smelting away, good. Flying bribes are done, good. Stamps.
Crispy critters.
Okay. I mean, exalts look fine, functionally speaking. Yeah, I think this is fine. Stamp total-wise, though, like, I definitely think you could push out your total. What would be a solid ground for you? A lot of it's just going to come down to cost and storage, but yeah, it's tough to say. I would probably say push your stamp total to... Let's add an additional, let's call it 1,000. Push your stamp total to 13.5k. If you can get it to 14k, that'd be great, but I think 13.5 at minimum is fairly achievable. I'm seeing a lot of blue here still. And it's not like superly overly annoying blue. Like, case in point, you're looking at a lot that you could be easily pushing through on some of these resources. I know cost is going to kind of nip you in the ass, but I mean, farming money shouldn't be a problem, especially with somebody with Marble Glass gear. Owls at 12. Just keep bumping this up. Yeah, definitely keep bumping up your owls. So just keep pushing your owl. Take a look bubbles wise. How we looking on thresholds? You push some to 90. But a lot of your core is still sub-threshold, so I think an achievable goal for you is to push your alchemy efficiency to 80%. And just case in point for those who don't know how to read what the fuck is going on here. So this is the value you set that what you want to achieve. And then the breakdown for this is simple. So your current value of this node, so in case a little big damage, is 78.3%, and that's at 361. You need to gain an additional 400 levels to bump it to 80. So this is showing missing levels, see? So the toolbox is very good for knowing when you miss efficiencies. If you're just starting off where you say, hey, I just got to World 6, what do I strive for? Honestly, early World 6 can be 70%, then you bump to 75, and then you bump to 80. Cauldrons-wise, everything looks fine. Good storage on your cauldrons, okay. Vials is usually where we start to see some cracks. Nice, nice. Bulgio Pickle. Not too shabby overall, functionally speaking. You've just got a few you gotta work on. Obviously some of the more annoying ones, but I like your vials. I like your cut, G. Let's keep pushing your vials to 13 to level 13. Slow and steady. Yeah, case in point. And a lot of this stuff is literally just going to be slow and steady shit. Shit like the red salts, it's like whatever. Smalting out enough of the fucking Godshard bards to get the bar special up. And God forbid doing the fucking pets, especially the annoying fucking shiny ones. So, yep, just going to take time on that. Sigils look fine. That's acceptable. Kilroy, you've been doing Kilroy. You have. Rue, how are we looking? Bonuses wise, you're at to 7. I'd say you could probably bump that up to 8, maybe 9. So keep pushing your Rue. Let's see. Prints. When was the last time you printed? I'm not saying your prints are bad, but I'm just curious. Because I feel like you could definitely benefit. Yeah, okay. So you could definitely be benefiting more come a good reprint week, for sure. But overall, I'm not too worried about your prints. You've reached the 90% threshold. Like, they're fairly good. Salts wise, 0, 10, 10, 0, 10, 10. That's wrong. That's supposed to be 24. Yeah, that's you need a you're hurting yourself. That's supposed to be 24. I can even double check here what the fucking exact ratio is for that. Yeah, so at 14, this needs to be 24. This needs to be 42. This is over, funny enough, but that's fine. But this needs to be 26 plus. Yeah, 26 plus, because you're way over the scale on it. So I would say you need to tweak your salts. I think you're hurting yourself. You're not like super salt locked, like you have a decent amount of salts, but you're hurting yourself. So I'm catching up. Yeah, seems to be a common thing. It's not just you. So fix your salts. Are you aware of the ratio sheet? Like, have you been going off the ratio sheet, or do you not have that? Because it's also located in our Discord, if you're unaware. We've got it in our little IdleOn repository. Let's check our Atom Collider. Yes, if you don't have it, if you go into our Discord here, and I'll pull this up. In our okay, thank you, Discord. In our Discord, when I get it back, Jesus. Useless fucking thing. Back to here. So in our Discord, if you go down to the IdleOn Vault, this is one of the pages, the World 3 salt charts. You've got the standard, and then you got the extended one, and this will tell you the exact ratios you need. So obviously you're over on your blue salts, so you'll need to tweak this, but just knowing at 15, you need to have a 26 baseline on your oranges and 45 on your reds, vice versa. But yeah, this was the big thing that basically yelled at me, because yeah, having a 14 null is great, but you need to have at least 24 to keep up with it, and at least 42 to keep up with purples and vice versa, so... Equinox. Good. Fuck Laboratory Fuse. Fuck Laboratory Fuse. Put in a Equinox. Okay. Challenges. So, somebody's got to do some dungeons. Yeah, somebody's definitely got to do some dungeons. But overall, your Equinox looks fine. Buildings-wise... Lab Fuse is amazing. Boats, you know I appreciate you, but there's no way you can flip my opinion. It's going to cost you way too much, as you think. You will not manage to flip my opinion on it. Can't find groups from. We'll probably end up at some point doing like dungeoneering groups for people who need it, either for Equinox or the like. So at some point our stream's going to start doing those. I would also recommend, if you'd like, I know GriffyBit from time to time does like dungeon stuff and dungeon runs. You could also ask either in our Discord or Griffy's Discord, or hell, even the main IdleOn Discord, I think is like a LFG thing you can do. So you can eventually find people that you're like, hey, I need to do dungeons, and they'll help you out. Okay, you're working on the important ones. You're working on your shrines. Okay. Death notes. Ooh. That's interesting. Probably a bug. Probably a bug. But good on your clip skills. Worship you're keeping up with. How's your TDs? Not too shabby. You did say your worship of pushing out your citrine conflict, so as I said earlier, prayers are looking fine. Traps wise, looks good. Salt lick, working on it. Okay. Okay, so you're at the point where you're basically waiting for No Meal Left Behind to kind of carry you over the finish line here. The kicker is, like, you can ladle 90, you can literally ladle all of it. Like, I don't see anything that's like a ridiculous cost here. You need to completely refocus your cooking, like, in its entirety. Focus your cooking. Spend the ladles, go do a couple rounds of it, pull out batches of like 25, and just push these all levels out for sure. Breeding. Okay, you're working on breeding. You got at least some baseline. Yeah, you're working on it. Okay. Lab's fine. Arguably, this is okay as well if you have an active bubo. But, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it in account given your state. If it was a newbie account, maybe. Rift is done. Bonuses-wise. Looks good. Construction mastery-wise, you've just reached 2,500, so you reached that threshold, which is nice. Tome, you're a top 5% account, huh? Top 5% account. Okay, okay. Not too shabby. Sailing's done. Divinity. The only thing I'd recommend... Took forever? Yeah. The only thing I'd recommend for Divinity is... keep leveling your gods. For sure. Gaming wise, where you at with your bits? Done. Good. Whole content. Whoa, my man's at 16? My man's at level 16 Explorer? What a guy. What a fucking guy. Okay. You need to bump up some monument hours for sure. Bells. Not too bad. Not too bad. Harp looks okay. Lamp wise. 22 a day. Okay. Hive 17. Grotto's at 12. Okay. Okay. Justice. Oh, yeah, you definitely need to heavily invest in your justice, my man. Heavily invest in your justice. That's for sure. That's a lot of good bonuses that you can really be starting to stack up. More harp gain, more daily wishes, like just good shit. You're trying to farm for collectibles by the looks of it. Yep. Chop them away. Wisdom. I mean, wisdom is like one of those fucking whatever monuments. Like, it really... Like, is wisdom inherently good? Yes. Is wisdom worth investing a shitload of time into? Depends who's asking. Early on, absolutely the fuck not. When you're trying to get every single value out of your account, absolutely. So, results may vary. Are focusing on monument at the moment. Okay, good. Alright, the game is not too bad. Tumbles at 22, okay. Sure looks fine. Bonuses wise, okay. Eesh. Well, that's kind of nipping in the bud right there. This bonus and this bonus are like fucking key, man. You really, really, really want to invest in your monument bonuses. Otherwise, not too shabby. Measurements wise, okay. Study. Okay, so you're going on a lamp, which, don't get me wrong, is not a bad idea. But personally, I'd stick with investing in Bell. Like pushing this upgrade as far as you can. Like you're not done yet, functionally speaking. You're nowhere near done yet on that. So I would say push out your Bell some more. There you go. My mouse just did not want to respond there for a minute. Oh yeah, you gotta do some dungeons. You've just never done dungeons with your V-Man. A lot of crafting you gotta do as well. Though you've done the quest for worlds 1 and 2, you still gotta do 3. Yeah, but I'm not particularly worried about Slab. Like, Slab is one of those things where, yes, it's important to a point, but at the same time, it's like... I never do 3 because of that stupid tree. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But still, you gotta do it at some point. World 6, how's your farming looking? Ooh. Okay. Probably juiced as all hell, yeah? On the glassy, yeah, okay. Sneaking wise... Mastery 3, okay. Any charms? Just, wow. Look at fucking you. The only charm you're missing is the 3rd master class's fucking resource charm, which doesn't exist yet. Battles, not yet at 200, okay, but your glass cannon, so yeah, that makes sense. Beanstalk, max. Just gotta do golden cakes and bread. Wow, okay. Somebody's put some fucking good work in here, so we'll make a note here. Finish off your beanstalk. Now we take a look at the cards. The cards. You know what? Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. But I do want to make this more of an overarching goal for you. I want you to begin pushing your cards to exclusively 5-star. So going back, farming those World 5 mobs for sure. Getting those up to 5-star best you can. Going back and retouching up on a couple of your catchings. But glad to see you did tap some of the resources. So overall, I'm very happy to see this with your account. But that being said, let me go ahead and give you your overview here, Chaotic, and let me know if you got any questions and stuff like that. So, starting off the top, you need to fix your Divinity Status, which obviously you're going to work on once you're done with your TD. You need to start pushing towards Godshard gear on everybody, so just keep working on that. You need to finish pushing to Godshard tools and everyone as well. I see you do have some sets, but just not full completion on some of them. Prayers wise, you need to equip the Zerg prayer on everybody for sure. Like that's 25%, 14.5% free AFK gain that you're just kind of pissing away. You need to allow your DB to really boost your gold food effect. Like that's just a freebie right there. You can time candy 90% of that shit. You need to farm your medals with your Windwalker. Like the fact that you're pushing World 4 right now, but you still have medals that haven't been farmed out in World 3 and the like is just kind of... What are you doing, man? What are you doing? It's free stats you're giving out. Let's see. So for your new stamp total, I'd say push to 12.3k. It's fairly achievable. It's just a matter of obviously the resources and cash is really going to be a limited factor. Some of those ones that only use a few resources, so it's one of those things. I would recommend you keep pushing your Rue and your Owl when you can, taking the most benefit from their effects. You know, everybody knows the Rue has a disgusting amount of drop rate, so just keep pushing out. Or sorry, not your Rue. The Owl has a disgusting amount of drop rate, so there's going to be benefit there. And for World 3, I would say refocusing your salts is a good idea. So unfucking them is going to be a bit of a long journey, to be completely honest. Suffering for lack of damage on BM. Yeah, that's the kicker. Like, you're going to get more damage the more medallions you have, so it's kind of a catch-22. You got low enough damage where you're like, I don't want to fucking farm this, but at the same time, you could be getting more damage if you did. So, it's kind of an even or there thing. You need to refocus your cooking. You're basically at no meal left behind territory, but a lot of your shit is still single-digit ladles, or like in the high teens or 20s. So definitely refocus your cooking. For World 5, I'd say finish off leveling your gods. So you still got 3 you got to invest in a little bit. Then, let's see, Beanstalk. So keep finishing off your Beanstalk for sure. That's going to be really nice. And last but not least is the big one. I would say your cards. Ken Dapper. Hey, Ken. I would say your cards, and this is just kind of an overarching goal I want you to work on while you're improving your account, is start pushing your cards to 5-star at minimum. Start pushing everything to Ruby as best you can, so you get the most bang for your buck out of every single modifier for sure. So, luckily, it's not too hard to achieve. It's just a matter of what's it called? Using the right time candy, things like that. Obviously, shit sucks when you can't time candy World 6, but Boats knows exactly what that feels like to farm out the World 6 cards. He loves it. Now, that being said, do you have any questions, comments, concerns while I wrap up this review here, Chaotic? And for you folks over at YouTube, check us out. We're live Tuesdays, Thursdays over at twitch.tv. If you'd like an account review, but you're unable to make our streams, check us out. Links in the description below. We got a Discord set up with a channel where you can request an account review. We're happy to provide one. And as always, folks, we will see you folks in the next video. Have a good one.